the first, I'll just go through the workshop contents for today, and then we'll get started with the workshop. So today, first, we are going to learn what is a Lambda expression, how to write a Lambda expression, what is the importance of a Lambda expression, what are the advantages of having the Lambda expression. So these Lambdas are already present in the programming language called Python. So this Lambda is a new for Java only, but it's already present in the Python. So Java, from the Java 8 version onwards, Java creators has introduced a concept called as Lambda. What is the use of it? And then there is a major change happened in the Stream API. Like the Stream API was not present before Java 8. So Stream API has also been introduced from Java 8. So we are going to see what is a stream, how to create a stream, how to perform operations on a stream, and each and everything we are going to look at with the example that will be asked in the interview. Okay, so without any delay, let's get started. So let's get started. So I'm so I have open Eclipse, which I do not have any project for now, time being. So I'm just teaching you on how to do the project setup first. So if you want to learn the Java 8, you can write first of all, you need to download the Java 8 version. So what you can do, whenever you can go to the Oracle website and then download Java 8, or simply you can go to the Google. Let's Java 8 download. Yeah. So whenever you go to this Oracle website, immediately you can download the Java 8. So the first thing that you want to, whenever you want to practice anything on Java 8 or learn Java 8, you need to have the Java 8 installed. So in maximum of the laptops nowadays, whenever you install the Windows operating system or Mac operating system, it comes with a Java version already. So by unknowingly in your machine, Java 8 might be present. Okay. Now you wanted to know which version of Java is present in your laptop. So in order to that, first go to the command prompt and enter Java version. Java version. See, in my machine, Java 11 version is installed. That means like I can see whenever you are able to access Java 11, that means you can also execute a program of Java 8, Java 9, Java 10 also, correct? So I have the higher version of Java 8. So in your similarly in your laptop, you do not know whether the Java 8 is installed or not. What you can do is just go to the run window, go to the run, enter CMD, and then click on. So here you will be able to see the command prompt like this. And in this command prompt, you can enter Java version and then click on it. So if Java is installed in your machine, you can see what is the version. Like it may be 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 15, 17, etc. Okay. Currently, the latest version of Java is 17 has come. 18 is under the development. So that version you can see. If the Java is not installed on your machine, you can see a statement saying that command not recognized. Something the statement saying that the command is not recognized. That means the Java is not installed on your machine. So at that time, what you can do, you just go to the Google, type Java 8 download. You can see Java 8. So here, based on your operating system, if you are using a Linux, Mac, Solaris, or Windows, based on your operating system, go to that installer and then click on this one. See here, if your laptop is a 64-bit, you go for this one. If it is a 86 installer, you can go for this. So based on your laptop configuration, you click on this one and then extract it and then double click on. So automatically it gets installed. Once the installation is completed, then you come back to the same window. Once the installation is completed, you close this window and then open the window and just type Java version. Then you can see that your Java 8 is installed. So that is the installation purpose. The first step you need to do, or you need to run, you need to study on Java 8 or you need to learn Java 8. First, you need to install Java 8 in your machine. Once that is done, open the Eclipse. You can open the Eclipse, IntelliJ, Sprint Tool Suite, NetBeans. These are called IDEs. So anyone you can use it and then practice it. Okay. For time being, most of the people are using nowadays Eclipse, right? Nowadays it is going to be IntelliJ, but still some of them are not well versed with the IntelliJ. So in order to have the compatibility to all, I'm taking the Eclipse as a IDE. Now I have opened the plain Eclipse. Now what I'm doing, I'm going to create a project. Go to new project. So Java project I'm selecting and then clicking on next. So here just write the 01 Java stream. So here you can look at the use and execution environment JRE. Look at here. See, I have the Java 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 9, 10. So, but I want to, currently I'm learning 1.8. So I should select 1.8, correct? So this is the main thing that you have to, see, for example, if you are selecting here 1.7 and then trying to write the stream, you will get a compilation errors. I repeat the statement. If you're selecting 1.7 or anything less than 1.8 and trying to write the features of 1.8, then since it's a lesser version of 1.8, you will see the compilation errors. So the selection here is mandatory. Java SE 1.8 is nothing but what you're saying. I wanted to use the Java 1.8 version. You can use this one or using the project specific JRE, this one or whatever it is. Based on your compatibility, you can use it. And then click on next. And then click on finish. So this will create your, now the project has been come. Now this is how the project creation should happen. Now this is same for all other Java projects. So whichever the project that you do, you can give that one. Only the difference that makes is whatever the Java version that you are doing. Since we are learning the Java 8, so you have to select the project JRE version as Java 8. Once that is done, now let us try creating a package. com.ashokit.java 8 stream. I'm just creating a package called com.ashokit.java 8 stream. Okay. Now you guys know that before Java 8, so let us look at the interface. Let me create an interface. First, we are going to learn how to write a Lambda. I'm going to teach you on how to write a Lambda. So whenever we have an interface, so interface is something which has an abstract methods, right? Let me create one abstract method called display. So this is now here test interface is an interface which has abstract method called display. If I want to use this interface, then what should I do? I will have to create a class. Generally what we do, we create a class. Let me create a class called example. Okay. So I will create a class and then I will write a main method. And then this class should implement the test interface. Implements test interface. Implements test interface. So this is how once you implement it, you need to override the abstract method. The abstract method present in the test interface is nothing but display. That means since it is abstract method, I'm trying to implement it. I have to override the abstract method, add unimplemented methods. Done. Now here I will write the code saying that let me write sysout. System.out.println display method is called. Done. Now if I want to call this method from the main method, since it is a static, non-static method, I have to create an object. Example E equal to new example. I'm creating an object E dot display. This is how I call it, right? This is the code that you write before 1.8. So there is no Lambda expression, nothing. So here, let me execute this program. See, display method is called. I'm able to see the output saying that display method is called. Can you guys let me know you are able to see my screen and then my voice is audible, right? Yes, thanks. Yeah. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for your response. Now, so so what I have done is I have just created a package. So I have created a package And then in that package, I have created an interface called test interface. In the test interface, there is a method called display as an abstract method. If I want to use this method, then what should I do? I should create a class called employee, which implements the interface, and then override the abstract method. So this is how we use, or this is how we write the code when when we are using the Java version lesser than 8. Now, using the Java 8 version, the first thing is you can write a Lambda. The first thing that Java 8 has implemented is we can write a Lambda. Lambda corresponds to an interface. Remember the statement. Let me write a statement here. Lambda corresponds to an interface. Now let me write one more class and then let me show you the difference. Let me create a class called example Java 8 something. You can put the name of the class anything, but for the time being, I'm putting the name as example Java 8. Okay. Now here, let me write one statement saying that Lambda corresponds to an interface. Okay. Lambda corresponds to an interface. Okay. Let me write the main method. Now, you guys know that if I want to create a string variable, how do I do? String s equal to Karthik. Here, what is the meaning of this string? S is a variable. Variable name is s. And what is the type of, what is the variable that is containing? It is containing the value called Karthik. And what is type of this variable? It's a variable, it's a string type. Similarly, if I write int I equal to 10, can I say that I is a variable which is holding the value as 10 and it is of type integer. That means primitive int data. Now, if I say double salary equal to, so what is the meaning of this? Salary is a variable which is holding the value called 1234.98. It is of type double variable. Okay. So that means the first one is a data type and the second one is a variable and third one is nothing but a value it is holding. So that means this is a variable declaration. Similarly, when I say that Lambda corresponds to an interface. Now in our example, in the package that we have written, what is the interface? Interface name is test interface. As the statement I have mentioned, Lambda corresponds to an interface. Can I say that? So I can write a Lambda for the interface. In my example, the interface name is test interface. Now I want to write a Lambda. How to write a Lambda? Let's look at that. Now that means test interface T equal to. What is the method? What is the method? So when before Java 1.8, what you have done? You have created, this is a method that you have written, that you have overridden, right? Whenever you are overriding it, copy this logic and then put it here. Copy this logic, put it here. Okay. Now, but we are getting some compilation error. Let's look at it. So here, when I say that Lambda corresponds to an interface. Okay. Now here, like line number 9, S is a variable of type string. Okay. Similarly, in line number 13, T is a Lambda which corresponds to a test interface. That means automatically the compiler knows that the developer who is writing this code, he is creating a Lambda for the test interface. Now, what the compiler will do, it will go to the test interface and it will look at what is the abstract method. That means automatically the compiler will know that the person who is writing the Lambda, he is writing a Lambda for a abstract method present in this test interface. So that's the reason you don't need to mention the public and you don't need to mention the return type. You don't need to mention the method name. Okay. So why we are not mentioning? The reason for that is here you are mentioning, see, in line number 9, whenever I'm writing a string s equal to Karthik, I'm telling that s is a variable which is holding Karthik and it is of type string. Similarly, whenever you are writing, the statement that I've told is Lambda corresponds to an interface. The meaning of this one is whenever you're writing an interface, here in this example, the interface name is test interface and test interface followed by T. So what the compiler will understand is this developer is going to write a Lambda for an interface called test interface. Now what the compiler will do, generally whenever you are overriding the method, you need to mention the method name, return type, access modifier. But here whenever you are writing a Lambda, those are not required, because you are already telling the compiler that what interface you are writing a abstract method, correct? So here, that is what you are mentioning here. So what compiler will do, it will go to this interface and it will look at the abstract method. Consider that currently we have only one abstract method. We'll come to the multiple abstract method little later. So this interface is having only one abstract method. What the compiler will do, it will check that. See, you don't need to write the method name, because compiler will automatically resolve saying that this person is writing a implementation for display method. So you don't need to write the method name. Similarly, you don't need to write the access modifier as well as the return type. Now what? So this is the implementation I want to mention. So I have mentioned the implementation. Only extra thing that you need to write is you need to put this symbol. If you write the symbol, now this is nothing but a Lambda expression, and at the end you need to put a semicolon. Okay. Don't worry about this compilation error. Yeah, it's gone. Now look at here. Now here, whenever before 1.8, what you have done, you have overridden the display method. Inside the display method, what is the functionality that you have written? System.out.println display method is called. Now I have written a Lambda for the same interface. Okay, and what is the functionality I'm writing? System.out.println display method is called using Java 8 Lambda expression. So this I have written. Okay. Now that means, now here what is the T is called Lambda expression. This is a Lambda expression for which interface? Test interface. Now after writing this method, how did you do? In order to call this method, what you have done? You have created an object and then e.display you have called. Now I want to call this display interface. Now what should I do? Directly t.display. And then let's run the program and see whether am I getting the output or not. See, display method is called using Java 8 Lambda expression. So this is how to write a Lambda. Now look at one more important feature. Whenever you are writing a if condition, see, I want to write some if condition. If true, I want to execute one statement. Else I want to execute another statement. So for example, if I am writing only one line of code, let me write this one. See, okay. So if this is my code, then what can I do generally? Let me take one, instead of putting directly true, let me create a Boolean variable, Boolean flag equal to false. So whenever the flag is true, then what I will do, so this is the code I have. So whenever, see, in the if condition, whenever you have only one statement, writing this curly braces is not required, correct? Writing the curly braces is not required. If you are writing the more than one statement inside a if condition, then only the curly braces is required, right? Similarly, whenever your Lambda expression is containing only one statement, then you don't need to put this open curly brace and closed curly brace. This is also not required. So this itself is called as Lambda expression. Now, what is the meaning of this one is, whenever, see here, this curly brace belongs to the, here whenever you're writing Lambda, here T is a Lambda expression which belongs to an interface called test interface. Now it will go to the test interface. What is abstract method? Display. How many arguments does the display method is taking? No, nothing. It is not taking anything. So that means this belongs to the, this represents the arguments, and then followed by this symbol. So that means before this arrow symbol, whatever it is there, that is nothing but a arguments. After the arrow symbol, whatever is that there, this is nothing but a implementation. If you compare this code to the example before 1.7, whenever you are overriding this method, you are writing the implementation here. Whenever you are writing this implementation will come right side to the arrow mark. See, this so what highlight this arrow mark. Before the arrow mark, you can say that these are the arguments that the method is taking. Right side to the argument is nothing but a logic that what the method is performing. So, and once you have written the Lambda expression, now you can call me, you can ask me the question, sir, why I have written the Lambda expression, but why am I calling? Look at this one. See, here in this example also, whenever you have overriding, implementing this interface, you have overridden the method. If you do not call this method, just overridden, will the display method will be called? No. Once you have overridden, it's your responsibility to call the method, right? Similarly, in order to do that, what you have to do? E.display. Similarly, whenever I am writing the Lambda expression, after completion of the Lambda expression, I want to call the method. So on top of this T display method, you are calling. Now let us take one more example. Let me create one more interface and then write the Lambda for that. Let me create an interface. I'm creating an interface called addition. So in this addition interface, I have a add method, which takes int I comma int j. Okay, and it returns int variable. So what is the meaning of I have created an addition method, addition interface, which has an abstract method called add. Now, if you want to implement this one before 1.8, you will create a class, override this abstract method, and then create an object and call this method. Now, if I want to write a Lambda for this, what should I do? Right? So first of all, which interface I want to write a Lambda? Addition. You write the addition. And similarly here, s is a variable, correct? I can keep the variable name can be anything. Similarly, Lambda expression, the reference variable Lambda name, you can keep anything. I'm putting a equal to. Now, what is the method name? You copy this method from here. You copy the method here and put it here. Now, since I am writing a Lambda expression, compiler know that which interface I am writing. Do I need to write the method name? Not required. Remove it. Do I need to mention the what you call it? What is the return type? Not required. Remove it. Now, so here these are the arguments. After writing the arguments, what did I tell you? In order to provide the implementation, you need to put an arrow mark. Let's write the arrow mark and then write the implementation. So what is the addition of two numbers? I plus j, correct? Here I plus j. Now here you don't need to mention what is the int I, what is the int variable. So because whenever the compiler is referring the method signature, what it will do, it will refer to the variables in this one. So by looking at this method signature, it will know that this person is trying to write a int variable. So you don't need to specifically mention, but even if you mention, that should not be a problem. Okay, let me comment this I, it is creating a compilation issue. Okay, now here I comma j and then I plus j. So what this a will return? This a, see what is the return type in the addition method? What is the return type? Int. So what the compiler will do is, whenever you are writing a Lambda, I comma j it is taking. What is this I comma j? These are the int variables. How does the compiler will know? By you have mentioned that it's an addition interface. Whenever it is referring to the addition interface, it will look at what is the type of argument and what is the return type? Int. That means after performing this calculation, it will automatically do the return statement. For example, if you want to write more than one line, if I want to write more than one line of implementation, then what will I do? Operation is called. Add operation is called. Now what I am doing? Return I plus j. See here I am writing more than one line of statement. The compiler will not see whenever you write a code, compiler does not know if you are having a multiple lines, the compiler does not know which statement you are returning. So that's the reason if it is a single statement, compilers know that you have to return the statement. But you are writing multiple lines of statement, so you have to write a return statement. Now, can I say that I have completed the Lambda expression for addition interface? Yes. Now let me call the a dot add method and then pass the arguments. Let me pass 10 comma 20 and see the output. And then let me see since it is returning, right? Let me write this out a dot add 10 comma 20. Okay. So let me write here output of add method. Yeah, let's see. Let's run the program. Let's run the program and see the output. See, output of add method is 30. Now you guys want me to debug? Let's do the debug also. So the class name is example Java 8. See, I'm doing run as Java application. See, addition, I'm writing a Lambda, so it is executing. Let me do step by step. See, whenever you're calling this one in the system.out.println, what I did, a.add. A.add means it will go to the Lambda expression, right? Look at here. See, it has called, it has done the, so I did not put inside it. It has not executed. Let me come rerun the, re-debug that. See here, addition method. See from here, see it has come. So whenever I have called the add method, look at here, whenever I had the call the add method, so here addition using the Lambda expression, I have written the implementation. So here, what is the value of I? Look at here, 10. What is the value of j? 20, because I have passed those 10 and 20 from the calling of the method. Now it is printing the statement system.out.println and then return I plus j. I plus j means 10 plus 20, 30 it is returned. So this is how the Lambda expression will be executed. And this is how we can write a Lambda. Now the question comes, sir, what happens if I keep one more abstract method? In this one, let me keep one more abstract method, int subtract, multiply. Okay. Now, if you keep one more abstract method here, can we write multiple abstract methods in an interface? Can we write multiple abstract methods in an interface? Yes, we can write any number of abstract methods, right? So I have written one more abstract method in this one. Okay, done. And let me save it. Immediately, once I save it, immediately you look at the compilation error has come into the example Java 8. So look at here, the compilation error has come. Now what it is telling, the type of this expression must be a functional interface. Why are we getting a compilation error here? Because, just give me a minute, guys. Yeah, sorry for that. So the reason for getting a compilation error over here is, now what did I say? Whenever you are writing a lambda corresponds to an interface. Now for an addition interface, you are writing a lambda. Now I also told that earlier we have only one abstract method, but now we have two abstract methods. How does the compiler know that you are writing a lambda for this method or this method? The compiler finds the ambiguity, right? So there are two methods are there, because whenever you're writing a lambda, you're not mentioning the name. Automatically, the compiler is identifying, correct? But now the compiler will not be in a position to identify whether are you writing a lambda for this method or are you writing a lambda for this method. So that's the reason whenever you are writing a lambda can be written for an interface which takes only one abstract method. That means for this addition method, if you want to write a lambda, you should not allow anyone to write more than one abstract method. So that's the reason in the Java 8, they have introduced a concept called functional interface. Okay. Now here, this is just a normal interface. In a normal interface, you can write any number of abstract methods. But whenever you are writing a lambda corresponds to an interface. For whichever the interface that you are writing a lambda, the developer should not allow anyone to write more than one abstract method to that interface. That means as a developer, for example, Karthik has written this one. So whenever I'm writing this addition interface, Karthik has written an add method. Now let us take some other person. Let us take Ashok is coming, and then he's trying to add one more multiply method. Now I can say that if the Ashok is adding the multiply method, since it is an interface, he can add one more abstract method. But whenever the Ashok is coming and adding the multiply one more abstract method, my lambda expression will have the compilation issue, because the compiler is not able to distinguish. Now what should I say? When Ashok is trying to write the multiply abstract method in this interface, I should not allow Ashok to write. That means I have to write a code in such a way that Ashok should not be able to write one more abstract method. So the way to restrict adding more than one abstract method is adding a functional interface annotation. In Java 8, the Java creators has created a annotation called functional interface. So whenever you are writing a Lambda, Lambda corresponds to interface. That is correct. But specifically, if you're talking, Lambda corresponds to a functional interface. Now let me save this. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Hi,
whenever
Karthik, 1 minute. So, hi guys. Karthik, sorry to interrupt. Guys, people are asking about the class notes on this video. We will share the class notes after this class is completed. I created one WhatsApp group also. I sent the group link in the chat box. So just to join in that group so that after the session completed, Karthik will share the class notes and class video in the WhatsApp. The Java 8 Streams API updates you will get in the WhatsApp group. So we created a group and we gave the link in the chat. You can join by using that link. Okay. Thank you guys. You will get the notes. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Karthik, you can continue now.
Yeah, thanks, Ashok. So sorry for that. In the chat, Ashok has shared the WhatsApp group. I request you all to please join the WhatsApp group so that you will get the updates. Okay, now let's continue. So now I should not allow, whenever Ashok is writing one more abstract method, I should not allow Ashok to do it. So how can I restrict it? I should have some fundamental of program way of write. I cannot like stop writing the Ashok, right? I cannot close Ashok laptop and say that I cannot give the warning to Ashok saying that you cannot write the code, right? But technically I should do it. So the way to anyone, like if there is an interface, you are writing an interface, Lambda for an interface, you should not allow anyone to write more than one abstract method. How to do that? Using the functional interface annotation. That means whenever you are writing a Lambda, that Lambda corresponds to an interface. That interface should have only one abstract method. No one should be able to add more than one abstract method. Then you have to mark that interface with the annotation called functional interface annotation. Look at here. If I do not have this annotation, then there is no compilation error. Look at here. There is no red mark. But whenever I put this annotation, what happens immediately? It is showing the red mark here. That means the compilation error here. Look at here. What is the compilation? See, invalid function interface annotation. Addition is not a functional interface. So what is a functional interface annotation? Functional interface is a interface in which there is only one abstract method will be present. So let me remove this abstract method. Done. So here, so the functional interface is something in which there is only one abstract method is present. So now in the interview, they might ask you what is the difference between an interface and the functional interface. Interface is something in which you can write any number of abstract methods, any number of static methods, any number of default methods from Java 8. But what is a functional interface? Functional interface is something you can write only one abstract method. Whenever someone is going to write one more abstract method, what happens? The compiler will throw the compilation error. Okay, so specifically whenever you are writing a Lambda, we can write a Lambda or Lambda corresponds to an interface. Specifically, Lambda corresponds to a functional interface. Now here, now no one can write one more abstract method. I can write another default method, right? So I'm not talking about a default method much because from Java 8 onwards in an interface, you can write a default method. Let me write one more default method here. I'm writing one default method. Now here, default method is something which has a body. So Lambda corresponds to a abstract method in the interface. So that means there, even if I write a default method, the compiler is not showing any compilation error because you have mentioned that it's a addition is a functional interface. Since you have mentioned it's a functional interface, the compiler knows that you are writing a Lambda for this abstract method. Functional interface is something which has only one abstract method, right? So there is no ambiguity. So that's the reason whenever you are writing a Lambda, Lambda should correspond to a functional interface. Okay. So this is about how to write a Lambda and what is a functional interface. Now the question comes in the interview, what are the advantages of Lambda? I repeat the question, what are the advantages of Lambda? Okay. Now here, whenever the first advantage is, whenever you want to implement it, before 1.8, you have to override the method, call the method and all, right? But with the introduction of Lambda, can I say that the number of lines of code is simple? Understanding is little bit difficult, but once you understand it, writing the number of lines is very simple, correct? Yes. So that means the number of lines of code has been reduced a lot. Okay. Now, so now we are going to learn what are the advantages of Lambda expression. Let me write here. What are the advantages of Lambda expression? Okay. What are the advantages of Lambda expression? So advantages of Lambda expression is something. Now, here, let me write one method here. In this class, let me write one method. Public void division. I'm writing some method name, right, guys? You can keep any method name, not a problem. Just I'm writing one method called public void division. I'm writing some system.out.println inside division method. Don't worry about the spelling mistakes and all. We can do it later. Okay, I have written a method. Now here let me take int argument, int I plus I. Now if I want to call this method, what I will do? Since it is an instance method, I have to create an object of this class, correct? Example Java 8 E equal to new example Java 8. Now E dot display, E dot division, and then pass. Now here, when this is how I can call the division method. Now what is the I? What is the value that I'm passing here? Division method, I'm passing the value as 10. So that 10 will be held by the int I variable, and that I will be displayed here. Am I right, guys? Yes. So now that means here, what is the 10? Can I call the 10 as a data? Till now, in before 1.8, the way Java works is you can pass the data as a method argument. Here you can pass 10, 20 object, or if you're passing an employee object, if you're passing a department object, if you're passing a string object, any object that you pass, that is nothing but a data. So before 1.8, Java method allows, or Java allows passing the data as a method argument. But using the Lambda, you can pass the functionality as a method argument. Using the Lambda, you can pass the functionality as a method argument. That is the advantage of Lambda expression. Let me tell you that one. Look at here. Instead, now the same division method, instead of I, let me pass addition interface. Okay. Now here, what the division method is taking? Division is method is taking the addition as a parameter. If I want to call this method, what I will do? I have to create a class which is implementing this addition interface. Let's create. Let me create a class called addition IMPL. So addition IMPL implements addition. Okay. Now it will override the abstract method. Okay. Now, so I have overridden now. Now, if I want to call this, division method is taking addition I. That means first I need to create a, so the class, which is the class that is implementing addition interface, addition IMPL. What I will do, addition I1 equal to new addition IMPL, correct? So this is how I can create an object, and then I can pass I1 here. So now the compilation error is gone. This is how I can call the, like if the division is taking an interface reference, then this is how I can call the method before Java 1.7. Agree, guys? Guys, are you able to see my screen? Yeah. Whoever is not able to see, I think it's a issue from their side. I request you to please recheck it. Okay. Now, so now let's look at the same example with a Lambda. Now what is this addition? Addition is an interface. Have you written the Lambda expression? Yes. So A is a Lambda expression. Now what I can do is, now I want to call this division method. Division method is what? Instance method. It is present in which class? It is present in example Java 8. Now, in order to call the instance method, we need to create an object. Look at here, line number 9, I created an object. Now, can I say that E is an object? E dot division I call? Yes, E dot division. Yeah, I'm calling the E dot division. Now, instead of passing the creating a class, implementing a interface, and then creating an object, instead of that, so for addition interface, I have written a Lambda expression. Let me pass that Lambda here, A. So this is work now. So that means what I'm doing, I have written for addition interface, I have written a Lambda, I'm passing that here. Okay. Now there is another way, directly I can pass this one also, right? I don't want to write separately Lambda and then pass it here. What I'm doing here, I can copy this Lambda expression, whatever I want. I can see this is one way of calling that one. And the other one is E dot division. And then this division is taking a interface. What is this addition interface? It's a functional interface, right? Addition is a functional interface. So whenever there is a functional interface, can I write a Lambda? Yes. Now let me write a Lambda inside this one itself. Here, what is the addition method? It is taking two arguments. So I comma j, or you can put x comma y, anything, any variable you can put. Now what I'm going to return? X plus y. Now this is a Lambda expression, or if I want to write more than one line of statement, then what I will do? I will write sys out x is plus x and y is plus y. Done. Now and then return x plus y. Done. Now, yeah, here the plus symbol is missed. Yeah, fine. Now, so now look at here. Now in line number 36, division, in line number 36, if you look at, division is a method. What it is taking? A. What is the A? A is nothing but a Lambda expression. Okay. Now in line number 30, what is the difference between line number 36 and 37? So let's look at here. If you want to call the division method, let us create one more division method with a normal argument. Division method which takes int argument. If I want to call this method, I can call like this, right? E dot division. I can create a variable called int v equal to 10. I can pass directly here v. Okay. Or else what I will do, E dot division 10. So these are the two ways, right? So that means like you can create a variable and then assign the value, or directly you can pass the variable. So the same thing I'm doing here. So what I'm doing in line number 40, division, for this method, division is a method which is taking addition as a method argument. What is this addition? Addition is a functional interface. So for this functional interface, what I'm doing in the line number 28, I have written a Lambda. That Lambda expression is nothing but A. I'm passing that A directly. Okay. And in line number 41, what I'm doing, E dot division, I don't want to use this Lambda. I want to write a Lambda. Here I am writing this one. So here, the difference between the advantage of the Lambda is nothing but, so whenever you are calling this line number 37 method, what the traditional way of Java programming before 1.8 is, it is accepting the data. Here, I is nothing but int variable. The value of the variable is nothing but 10, 20, 30, 0, anything. If it is a string variable, any string value. If it is an employee, any employee object. But by using the Lambda expression, can I say that here you are passing the functionality? Here, did I pass any value? No. I'm passing the functionality, right? Addition of two numbers I'm performing. I'm passing that functionality as a method argument. The advantage of Lambda expression is nothing but it enables the functional programming. So the advantage of Lambda expression is nothing but it enables the functional programming. So what is the meaning of a functional programming is, in the traditional Java world before 1.8, what happens is whenever we can pass the method argument as a data only. But using the 1.8, what happens? Lambda expressions enables the functional programming. What is meant by functional programming? Functional programming is something in which you can pass the functionality as a method argument. So let me write the statement over here. Lambda enables functional programming. Functional programming is nothing but passing the functionality as a method argument. Okay. Now, whenever you're see here, look at here in line number 39, I'm passing the data like int v or 10. This is nothing but a data. But in line number 42 and 43, look at here, I'm passing the functionality. That means addition of two numbers is a functionality, right? Using the Lambda, it enables the functional programming. This is a usage or this is the advantage of Lambda. Why are we going for a Lambda, or what is the advantage of Lambda is nothing but in the Java before 1.8, there is no way we can write the functional programming. From 1.8, the Lambda enables functional programming. So this is the advantage of Java 1.8 Lambda expression. I hope you guys understand this. Yeah. So guys, I request you all to please join the WhatsApp group that is created by Ashok as soon as possible. Please join the WhatsApp group. Let us take a quick break of 5 minutes. Now the time is 11:54. We'll come back and then start the streams overview again. The same discussion will continue at 12 o'clock. Currently the time is 11:54. I'll come back and then we'll resume the discussion at 12 p.m. And the session will be continued, and next 1 hour we are going to look at the streams. In the meantime, please, I request you all to please join the WhatsApp group. Thank you all. We'll come meet back at 12 p.m. You can stay on the Zoom meeting. I'm just stopping the screen share. Thank you. Welcome back, guys. I hope you are able to hear me. Yeah, thank you. So let me share the screen. Okay. So I'm going to start from tomorrow onwards. There is a session that is going on data structures and algorithms using Java. So I'm going to facilitate this session. The demo classes will be started from tomorrow morning 9:30 a.m. So if you are interested, you can join for this demo classes, and then I'll let you know what we are going to discuss in the data structures. Like we are going to discuss the internal implementation, linked list, tag, queue, tree, graph, everything we are going to discuss. And the way we are doing the practical session, right, on the Java stream, which we are going to now, and whatever we have learned on the function interface or Lambda expression, entire data structures course will be a live coding session. I'll be demonstrating around 150 to 200 examples for each and everything. You don't need to remember the code, you need to remember the concept and then convert that code. Generally, whenever we think of data structures, if you look at our engineering, like everyone has this subject in the engineering, right? Whatever may be the branch, data structures and algorithm is a famous subject that will be there in first year or second year. But what we used to do whenever we know sorting, then merge sort means first you have to write this for loop, and if it's a bubble sort means you have to write the two for loops. We used to butify the code, right? So the way that I'm going to facilitate the sessions is, you don't need to even remember the single line of code. You are going to understand the concept. From the concept, you are going to get how to write the code. Whenever you're writing a code, each line of code, you are knowing the significance. Why did I write the code? So the explanation that I'm going to give you the live coding session, it is not the code that I have already written and showing it to you. It will be the live coding session, and I'm going to demonstrate all of those like tree, graph, dynamic programming, sorting, searching, linked list, tag, queue, and then first thing we are going to look at the custom collection, internals of a collection, everything. So the class, the demo classes will start from tomorrow. So if you are interested, you can take a snapshot of this and then you can join the Zoom session. And this is already present in the Ashok IT website. And this also, if you are joined the Ashok IT Telegram group, it's already published over there. If you are interested, you can join for this. Okay. Now, I'll be sharing this same again at the end of the session. But before that, we'll get started with the Java streams. Yeah. So now, till now, whatever we discussed is how to write a Lambda expression, what is the functional interface, advantages of a Lambda expression, right? Now let's look at a stream. Now, first of all, what is a stream? First of all, what is a stream? Stream is an interface. Now, before this one, like whenever you create, why we go for a collection object? Can someone put your response in the chat? What is the advantage of going for a collection object? In the meantime, let me create a class. I'm just writing a class called stream example. Okay, let me write the main method. No. So the stream is nothing but a interface. Now, what is the use of a collection object? Collection object is nothing but if you want to group the different objects together, then you go for a collection. So the answer would come as I said, array also can be used to group the objects. Yes. If you are using an array, that is also fine. But the thing is, array does not grow dynamically, whereas collection grows dynamically. That is the advantage of collection. So if you want to group up the different objects together into a single unit is called as collection. On top of the collection, if you want to perform the operations, what is the advantage of stream? On top of the collections, if you want to perform the operation, then we go for a stream. Now, let me show you the code, source code. Like whenever you download the Java will be installed on your machine, right? And wherever the place the Java is getting installed, generally it will be like C program files Java folder. So in that you can see the file called rt.jar. There is a file called rt.jar in the Java installed location. That rt.jar you can open in the decompiler. So rt.jar contains what you call like class files. In order to open the class file, we use a decompiler. So in my machine, look at here. This is a path. Generally, if you don't specify any other location, Java will be installed on your machine like C folder, program files, Java. So this is where I have all the other Java versions are installed. Currently, I am taking Java 1.8. So here in the Java 1.8 folder, you have a JRE, and then you have a folder called library. If you open this one, you can see one file called RT. So RT, it's a jar file. So this RT.jar file comes with a Java whenever you install the Java till 1.8. From 1.9 onwards, this RT.jar is not available. So from 1.9 onwards, the Java has become the modularized. Okay, till 1.8, you can see the RT.jar. Whenever you have the RT.jar, RT.jar is nothing but all the predefined classes of Java. What are the predefined classes of Java? If you say exception, thread, and then string, integer, double, all the classes that are using array list, hash map, collection, all these are the predefined classes of Java. All the predefined classes of Java are available in the rt.jar. Now those are all the class files. You cannot see the class file directly. That's the reason the process of compilation of a Java file into a class file is called as compilation. Like converting the Java file into the bytecode or converting the Java file into the .class file is called as compilation. What is a decompilation? Constructing the original Java class from the .class file is nothing but a decompiler. Since the rt.jar will contain the class files, I cannot see or I cannot understand the code. So what I am doing in order to understand the code, I am going for a decompiler. Java decompiler is a software. Now the question comes, sir, where can I get this Java decompiler? You just go to the Google and then you can type Java decompiler. You just can go to the Google and then type Java decompiler. You can download the software, or in some of the, if you are using a latest Eclipse, automatically Eclipse comes with a Java decompiler. Okay. Now let me click on this open. Now look at here. See, uh, the collection classes are available in java.util package. See, look at here, Java, it's a Java package and then util. Look at here, we have an array list class, right? Are you able to see the source code? Array list is a class and then implementing a list interface. This is a constructor, etc. Similarly, now we are looking at the stream in Java 8. Look at here under the util package. Are you able to see one separate package called stream? So this is a stream, which is this package is created newly for stream in Java 8. Now here, look at here. Now in the interview, they might ask you what is a stream. Stream is a interface. Look at here, public interface stream. Stream is a interface. In which package this stream is available? The stream is available in java.util.stream package. So java.util package is a package that is available from Java 1.8, java.util. They have created one more package called stream. Now, what is a stream? Stream is an interface. What is the use of a stream? Stream is used to perform the operations on a collection. Group of collecting the different objects into the single entity is called as a collection. On top of the collections, if you want to perform any operation, then you can use a stream. Stream is not a data structure. All the stream operations are immutable. Now, since stream is a interface, what does the interface will contain? What does the interface will contain? Interface will contain abstract method, default method, and static methods, right? From Java 1.8 onwards. Now, if you look at here, can I say that this filter, map, map to int, map to long, flat map? Can I say these are the methods? What kind of this methods is this? These are the abstract methods, right? This distinct, sorted, peak, all these are the abstract method, right? So that means you in the stream, whatever the abstract methods are there, using this abstract method, we are going to learn the stream API. Now, stream is an interface. The purpose of a stream is to perform the operations on a collection object. Stream is not a data structure. When I say it is not a data structure, it does not hold the data. That we can see through the programming. Now, let me give you some questions. Now, let me create a class called employee. So I'm not telling you the Java stream example simply by taking the array list, which is having the integers, array list, which is having a strings. In the interview, they might ask you array list, which contains the employees, or array list, which is containing the user defined objects. So that's the reason I am taking the example of employee, which is a difficult one, and then explaining. Now let me create a class called employee. Okay. Now in this employee class, let me employee attributes are private, string, emp, name. Okay. Now private, int, emp, id. Let me create private, int, emp, salary. Now, can I say that this employee is a class? Now in my project, if I want to create 10 employees, then what I will do? Can I say that I will create a list? Generally, what a list is nothing but a collection object which is used to store the different objects together into a single unit. Now, generally, what do you do if you look at any, if you want to study any of the Java 8 Stream API example, in online you can get list of integer. Anyone can answer the list of integer, list of string, list of double variables. But the question that will be asked in the interview or in the real-time project that you use is list of user-defined object. Now here user-defined object is nothing but employee is a user-defined object. In this place of employee, you can put department, you can put any object, right? Whichever is used in your project. Now I want to create a first list, employee, list of employee. What is the meaning of this one? I'm creating a list. Let me create the name as a EMP list. Okay, new array list. Okay, now, so whenever I'm creating a EMP list, that means I'm at each position, 0th position, first position, I want to add the employee object, list dot add. I'm going to create new employee. Let me create a constructor. Let me create a constructor here, which takes this arguments. In order to create a constructor, I'm using the shortcut source generate constructor using these fields. Select all of this and click on generate. So it is using it. I am calling this constructor by passing the arguments. Let me create a new employee. The employee name, let me put it as Karthik. Employee ID is 1234 and the salary is let me put 1 lakh. Okay, any number you can put. Let me create one more employee. Generally in your project, what you do, this getting this employee information will come from the database. But now we do not have the database accessibility. So I'm creating a standalone array object. Guys, I'm just checking. Are you able to see my screen? Yeah, thanks. Thank you guys. So let's, okay. Now let me take the second employee as different person name. Let me put Ashok. And then employee ID is 123. Salaries, let me put 20 lakhs or 2 lakhs or something, anything. Now let me put another Aditya. Let me put third employee name is Aditya. Salary employee ID is 321 and 3 lakhs. And another person name is Karan. Now 1 3 and then 5. Now this is an array. Now can I say that employee list is an array which is having the employee objects? Now interviewer will ask you write a program to print all the employee objects or employee names whose name is starting with K. Now in the interview, they will be asking you to write a Lambda expression like this. Write a program or write a Lambda expression or write a stream program to print all the employee names whose name is starting with K. Generally, if you want to write like this, what you do? Since employee is before 1.8, what do? You write a for loop, correct? You will iterate over the array. That means you will iterate over the employee list and then you will write a if condition, correct? Employee list dot size. This is how you write. And then what do you write? If we write a condition saying that emp list dot get of I, get of I dot get name. Okay, now the name variable is not there. Let me create a private variables, like these are the private variables, right? So let me create a public setters and getters, because this private variable we cannot access it. So how we can do? We create the setters and getters. That is nothing but a encapsulation, right? Yeah, I have created it. Let me save it. Now get, look at here, get name, you will get the method. So get employee name, got it. Dot equals starts with K. Then what do? You will write system.out.println. This is how you write the code without Java 8, correct? Now, since Java 8, you know the Lambda expression and stream API, how can you perform this one? Okay. Now, before going into this topic, I just wanted to give you the heads up. So earlier we have looked at the Lambda expression. Lambda expression corresponds to a functional interface. Now, in your project, if you want to write a functional interface or Lambda expression, that means you need to create an interface, correct? You need to create an interface, and then for that interface, you can annotate with the function interface, and then you need to write an abstract method. So in this way, writing the number of abstract methods will become more, correct? Or writing the number of interfaces will become more. So that means whenever you want to write a Lambda, you need to create an interface. That means in your project, if it is a very big project, the number of interfaces will become very much. Agree? Now, can I say that that is also a disadvantage, creating n number of interfaces? Yes or no, guys? So the problem that we are going to face is whenever you're writing a Lambda, Lambda corresponds to a functional interface. Functional interface is something which has only one abstract method. So that means in your project, whenever you want to write a Lambda, you will create one interface or one functional interface. That means you are creating n number of functional interfaces, correct? So that is a disadvantage. Yes or no? So it's a disadvantage. Now to overcome this disadvantage, now let's see what kind of methods you will write generally. Let me show you that. Whenever you write a method, so for example, if I'm writing a method called test, method name is test. What are the thing that you can do? Which takes one argument. So what are the different possibilities and permutations and combinations which takes one int argument, so, or let us take argument and return. Return is something one. Let me take object. Okay. The same one more differentiation is it does not take an argument but returns the argument. Okay. Another thing that you can write is test, which takes boolean, which returns boolean and takes an argument. Okay. Another thing is test method, which does not which takes an argument but does not return anything. So can I say that these are the number of arguments might differ. So whenever you're writing a method, the return type can be only one, right? Whether it's an object or boolean or anything, the return type can be only one. And whenever you're writing a method, the method can take multiple arguments. That means, can I say if I'm using only one argument, can I say that these are the permutations and combinations? Test. So the method name can be anything which takes one argument and returns some object. In the second instance, which does not take an argument but returns an object. In the third instance, which takes an argument, returns a boolean. When in the fourth instance, that the method test, which is taking an argument but it is not returning anything. Return type is void, means it is not returning anything. So these are the general way of writing a method. There may be a number of arguments differ, but these are the permutations and combinations. Now what the Java, in order to limit the number of interface created in the project, what Java creators has created, they have come up with a thing called as functional interface. So they have created a package, java.util.c. In the java.util, are you able to see one more thing called as function? It's a package. In the Java 1.8, they have created this java.util.function package. In this package, So look, they have created 4 type of interfaces. They have created 4 type of interfaces. So what are those interfaces? Let's look at consumer. See, what is a consumer? It's a functional interface. Look at here. They are annotating with a functional interface. So consumer is a functional interface. Now functional interface is nothing but what? It can have only one abstract method. Look at here. This is only the one abstract method. What it is doing? The method name is accept, and it is taking one argument, and it is not returning anything. Now, whenever you're writing a Lambda, do you bother about the method name? Whenever you're writing a Lambda expression, do you bother about the method name? Method name is not required, correct? So method name is not required. Whenever you're not so that means the accessibility here, it is taking one argument and it is returning void. Now, can I say that in my example, whatever the functional interface that I have shown, is it corresponds to this one now? Void test. Method name is different, but it is taking one argument, it is returning. Now, can I say that it is consumer? Okay, let's go back. Now let's look at, there is another thing called as function. See, function is also another function interface which has a one abstract method. That means it is taking one argument and returning some different argument, correct? Now look at here. It is taking one argument and returning some other object. So this is nothing but a function. Okay. Now let's look at predicate. So predicate is an interface which is also a function interface. Now what is a abstract method? Text is the abstract method. What it is doing? Taking one argument and return type is Boolean. Can I say that this is holding to this one? It's a predicate. Okay. Now let's look at the supplier. See, supplier is an interface, which is what kind of interface? Function interface. What is abstract method get? Does it take any argument? No. But is it returning something? Yes. Now can I say that this one is supplier? That means these are the permutations and combinations of different methods or different abstract method that you are going to write in your project. Now, for this one, you need to create an interface. But Java 8 creators are very good, are very thoughtful. They have created a separate package called java.util.functions. Now, do you need to create any interface to write a Lambda expression? I repeat the question. Do you need to write any interface to create a Lambda expression now? Not required, because you can use the predefined interfaces that are provided by Java. It's nothing but function, supplier, predicate, consumer, right? I hope you guys understand. So let me repeat this topic. Whenever you have the problem with a Lambda expression is Lambda expressions corresponds to a functional interface. Now the question comes, sir, functional interface is something which has one abstract method. Now, whenever I want to write a Lambda, then I need to create a separate functional interface in my project. That will create, I need to create n number of functional interfaces. That is a what you call, it's a disadvantage. But what Java creators has created, they created a package called java.util.function. In that function package, they have created different interfaces. Out of those interfaces names are function, supplier, predicate, consumer. Now, whenever before this discussion, I have told, whenever you are writing a method, in the Lambda, we are least bothered about the method name, correct? So the different permutations and combinations of a method writing depends on number of arguments it is taking and what is the return type. The typical types is, if it is a one argument, take one argument, return something different argument. Don't take argument, return object. Take argument, return Boolean. Take argument, don't return anything. So these combinations, they have created an interface is called as function, supplier, predicate, consumer. So now we don't need to, whenever there is a requirement to write a Lambda expression in our project, you don't need to write a Lambda expression. Or sorry, you don't need to write a interface, separate interface. Okay, we can use the predefined interfaces. Now, for example, some might ask me, sir, my method is taking 2 arguments. Then you can go for, see, if it is if a test method which is taking 2 arguments and it is returning a object, then function is an interface which is taking one argument only, right? Function is a interface, function interface, which is taking one argument. There is another thing called by function. Look at here. There is another interface called by function. By function is also a function interface. Here, can I say that it is taking two arguments? So that means then, so depending on the number, you can have the by function, you can have the by predicate, you can have the by consumer. So that means by is nothing but what is the difference between a normal function interface or a by function interface? By function is something which takes a two argument. By predicate is nothing but which takes two argument. Now, is it possible to create a by supplier? Think about it and answer. Is it possible to create a by supplier? No. The reason for that is, see, whether you go for a normal interface or by interface, what is the creating factor? The number of arguments. But supplier is an interface, or supplier is a function interface in which it does not even take a argument, correct? So that means you do not have a by supplier. In the interview, some of the people might ask you, why don't you have a by supplier? Because whether you are going for a predicate or by predicate, how do you decide? Depending on the number of arguments. But supplier is a function interface which does not even have an argument. So you don't need to go for by supplier. So whenever you want to write a Lambda, you don't need to create a. So let us come back to the example. Now addition is a now here addition is a interface I have written which has a add method which takes two arguments and it is returning int. Now with the introduction of java.util package, do I need to create a interface? Not required. In this place, it is taking two arguments and it is returning something. Can I say that I have to use a functional interface? Let me remove this now, or else go to the stream API. Instead of writing addition, let me go back where it is. Yeah. So instead of writing addition, what I can say? By function, correct? By function. By function is a functional interface which takes two arguments, right? I can use that by function. Or else let us, instead of not touching this one, let me, for example, I want to write a display method. Okay. Yeah, let's look at test interface. In the test interface, let us have one int variable. Okay. Now, what is this? Test interface is an interface which is taking a display method, taking one argument and returning void. Now, what is this? It is similar to, can I say that it is similar to consumer? Now, generally, in order to write this kind of functionality, test interface t equal to, I'll write that. So now let me write, I don't need this one. In order to get this one, I don't need this. Okay, let me delete it. In my stream example, let me write a Lambda for that. Consumer consumer. Let us take integer c equal to, what is a consumer is a what kind of an interface? Let's see. Consumer is an interface in which you have one abstract method. What is the abstract method? Accept. What it is doing, it is taking one argument, it is not returning anything. Let us take that. See, it is taking one argument. Let me take the argument as x. Now I am not returning anything. I want to just print that argument. System.out.x. Now I want to call this method. So I have created a Lambda. Now I need to call the Lambda, right? What is abstract method name? Accept. Now let me do c.accept. Let me put 10. Now if you run the program, output will be displayed as 10. So here, did I create any interface? Guys, did I create any interface now here? No, correct? So that's the reason we can make use of the Java 8 predefined interfaces. Okay, so this is about the functional interface. Now let's come back to that stream topic. Now here, if I'm asking you, the interview might ask you, write a program to print all the employees whose name starts with K. Can I say that this is how you write the logic? Now, so let's simplify this logic. What I will do here, let me create one method called okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm just taking Now here I'm writing one method. So in this method, if e dot get employee name dot starts with K, let me put capital K, then I will return true. Okay, else I will return false. Now what I can do, can I say that here here whenever the interviewer is asking write a program to print all the employee names whose name starts with K. So first of all, I need to iterate over the array or over the list, whatever it is, input. And then I can call this method, right? Can I say that I can call this method or not? In order to call this method, I need to create an object. Stream example, yes, equal to new stream example. Now what I will do, s dot check. And then what I need to pass employee. Now can I say that in order to pass the employee list dot get of I. Okay. Now whenever it is returning true, whenever it is returning true, I can print that employee name. Yes or no? Sys out emp name is plus emp list dot get of I dot get name. Okay, this is how I can use it. Now what here in this in this example, what this check method is doing, check method is taking an employee object, it is returning boolean. Okay, now the same example let us look at with a Java stream. Now first of all, how to create a stream is a interface. How to create a stream? To create a stream, to create the stream, you can call. So what is the collection object name here? Employee list. If you are using any collection object, when I say any collection object, it can be array list, it can be a hash set, or it can be a copy and write array list, copy and write array set, or vector, stack, queue, anything that is extending from the collection, and you are creating a class and then object, that is called collection object. If you are using a collection object, in order to create a stream, first you need to call object name followed by there is a method called stream. Look at here. There is a method called stream. So if you're on top of the collection object, you call this method called stream by calling the stream method. So the stream will be created. Now what is the return type of the stream? Look at here, stream of E. What is the E? What here? What does the employee list EMP list is containing? Does it contain integer or does it contain employee objects? What does the employee object will contain? Employee list is contain. Does it contain integer or employee objects? Employee object, right? So that means on top of this one, you are calling the stream object. Now it will create a stream of employees. See, look at here. Whenever you are calling the stream method name is stream. What is the return type? It is returning a stream of E. This E is nothing but employee, because how does the Java compiler will know that it's an employee only? Because internally in the employee list, you are storing employee. If you are storing integer, then stream of integer. If you are storing department, then stream of departments. So this is going to give the stream. On top of the stream, in the stream interface, just now we have looked at, we have n number of methods, right? Let me show you. In the stream is the interface. Do you see filter is a one method, map is one method, map to long is another method? Are these called the methods or not? These are n number of methods, right? Now let's look at which method will be suitable. So here, what is a filter is a method which is taking a predicate. What is a predicate? Predicate is a interface. Predicate is a functional interface which is having one abstract method called test, which is taking one argument and returning boolean. That means in my example here, this is a method which is taking one argument and returning boolean. Now can I say that instead of check method, can I use the filter method and pass the predicate? Yes. So that's the reason we are calling the on top of this filter. Just look at the filter method. Whenever you're writing the filter method, you need to write you need to pass the predicate. Predicate is a functional interface. Now, since it's a functional interface, can you write a Lambda expression? Yes. So how to write a Lambda expression? So let's go to the predicate. In the predicate, what is the abstract method? Test. It is taking one argument and returning Boolean. Now, can I say that here? First I need to put the bracket and then this one. In the bracket, I need to put, if I put D, what is the D will contain? D will be is nothing but an employee object. What is the D is nothing but it's an employee object, because this employee list is containing employee object, that D will refer to the employee object. And then what I'm writing here, condition D dot get employee name dot starts with K. So this is the condition, if condition I have written, right? So if it is a one statement, I don't need to write a if condition, right? Whenever this condition is true, it will return true. If it is false, if it is not equal, then it will return false. Since it is a single statement, I don't need to write a if condition. If I am writing, then I need to put a curly bracket here and then here curly bracket. Now, by calling this filter method, what is happening? It is trying to filter it out. After filtering it out, what are you doing? You are doing the system.out.println. In order to do that, so this filter is called as intermediate operation. Intermediate operation. So after performing the intermediate operation, you need to put, in order to get the output, you need to use the terminal operation. In order to write this one, system.out.println for every element you are doing. So we can use for each. So which is taking a consumer. Let us take consumer. Don't worry about that. Once I write it, I'll explain again. Let me put systs out. Yeah. So this is how the Lambda expression or stream example looks at it. So now let's run this program and see the output. Now let me, before this one, what I will do is, let me write here systs out example with stream code. Okay. Now here, where out of this output, what are the employees whose name starts with K? Karthik and Karan. So the output should be Karthik and Karan. Ashok and Aditya should not come, right? Now let's run the program and see the output. See, employee name is Karthik and Karan because that is coming from here. Example with a stream code. So after, from line number 31, this output is coming. After that, what is line number 32 is giving you the output of Karthik, Karan. Now let's see the debugging, how it will go. Here, whenever you're debugging, can I say that it's a for loop means what is the employee list size? 4. 0, 1, 2, 3. It will execute 4 times. Let us look at whether this will also execute 4 times or not. Okay, let's debug the program and proceed. Now here. So the above code is without Lambda expression. So it is executing multiple times. And whenever it is done, it is printing the value. Okay, done. Now we are coming into the Java 8. So what in the Java 8, if you want to perform the same operation, then what you need to do first, you need to create an employee object. On top of the employee object, you need to call the stream object. Why are you calling the stream object? In order to create a stream of, so stream is something in which, using which you can perform the different operations on a collection. Now, whatever the interviewer has given you the question, that is nothing but one operation. In order to perform the operation, you need to create a stream. How to create a stream? If you are using a collection object, the way to create a stream object is nothing but collection object name followed by the stream method. Here employee list is a collection object name followed by the stream method. By calling this, it will create a stream. On top of this, you want to filter, right? There are 4 employees. You want to filter the names with whose name starts with K. So that's the reason you are using the filter method. And then you are writing this filter method is taking a predicate. Predicate is a function interface. Can you write a Lambda expression for a function interface? Yes. How did I do? It's a D. D is nothing but what? It's an employee object. Whatever is there in the employee list, that will be automatically associated by the compiler. So on top of this D, employee name starts with K. this will be true when the name starts with K. And then once that is true, then this terminal operation will be executed. Here in this example, this filter is called as intermediate operation and this for each called as terminal operation. Let's look at how many times this code will execute. I'm see currently one time. Let me do F8. See again, second time. See, I got the second time I got the output. See third time. See it is executing multiple times. Now can I say that it is also executing similar to the for loop? Are you able to see, though here we do not have a for loop, what this filter method will do? The stream is in such a way that it will execute all the whatever the condition that you have mentioned throughout the collection. Though it does not have a for loop, but it is executing similarly to the for loop. Whenever this condition is fulfilled, this terminal operation will be invoked. Hope you guys are able to understand this example, how to write a Lambda for this. Guys, please respond. Hope you're able to understand this. Yeah. Now let's look at. Now this is a simple example, guys. Now let's look at, see, whenever you want to, so now what we are trying to say is when you can go for filter method. Filter method you can go whenever you want to do some filtration. Okay. Now the another thing is write a program. See here, let me write one other one. Write a program to print to get all the employee names into separate list. So write a program to get all the employee names into a separate list. So write a program to get all the employee names into a separate list. Currently, the employee list is an array list object in which we have employee object. Inside that employee object, we have an employee name, employee ID, and then salary. But what the interviewer is asking, from the list, you create a list object which will have only employee names. I don't want the salary. I don't want the ID. In order to do that, what you will do? First, you need to create a stream. How do you create a stream? Collection object, which is nothing but employee list dot stream. Okay. Now, do you go for a filter method now, or which method I should go for? First of all, let me tell you, can we use the filter method now? No, we don't need to go for a filter method because filter method, see, am I doing any filtration? No. Now, what is the output I need? So from the input should be from the employee list. In the employee list, I have an employee object, but output should be employee name into a separate list. That means I will pass the I need some method which takes one object and return some different object. Now, corresponding to this example, that means I need some method which takes the employee object, returns a string object because employee name is nothing but a string. Now let's look at stream in the stream API. If you look at this map method, map method is taking what? Function. Function is nothing but what? It's a function interface. In the function, you look at here. Function is a functional interface in which there is an abstract method called apply, which is taking one argument and it is returning some different argument. Now, to my purpose, what I can say, I want to write a program to print all the employees' names into a separate list. That means the input to that method, map method is an employee object, and the output from a map method, can I take it as a string object? Can I say that I can use a map method now? Yes. Now let's look at map method. Let us take map method. What does the map method is taking? It's taking a function. So function is what? It's a functional interface. So in the functional interface, I have an abstract method called apply. So can I write a Lambda for this? Yes. It is taking one argument and returning something other argument. Now how to write a Lambda? First you need to write one bracket, curly bracket for arguments. Yes, this is the argument, and then arrow mark. Before the arrow mark, what is nothing but it is taking argument, right? What is the argument? Let us take F. You can put any variable name. What is this variable is nothing but whatever the employee list object is containing. What does it contain? Employee. That means this employee F will corresponds to a employee. Now that means your map method will take map is a method which has a function interface which takes the employee argument, employee object, and what it should return? Employee name, right? F dot get name, get employee name. Now can I say that this is a lambda expression for a function interface? Can I say that this is a lambda expression for a function interface? Yes. Now it is returning. See now that means for each employee, first employee it will take Karthik, and then what it will return? See, F is nothing but a Karthik object, and it will return Karthik name. Second employee is nothing but Ashok object. It will return Ashok name. Third employee is nothing but Aditya object. It will return Aditya name. Fourth employee is nothing but a Karan object. It will return Karan name. Now, once you got your for each and every employee, you are getting a name. Now you need to collect into a list. How do you do? In order to use that, you need to use a different terminal operation called collect. So on top of this, you need to use collect method. There is a collect method which is taking you need to create a collector, right? This is how you need to create a collector. Collectors dot to list. Collectors dot to list. It will create a list. Now let me take this is a list. List of what? Is it a list of employee or list of string? Name, employee name is a string. Now L1. Now let me print L1. Sys out L1. Let's see what happens. Now let me debug it. See here, whenever I'm debugging, first it has come into this place. Now let me do F8. See, one time, second time, third time, fourth time. It is executing. Look at every time. See what it is printing: Karthik, Ashok, Aditya, Karan. Now am I fulfilling the interviewer question now? See the input is employee list. I got the employee names into a separate list, right? Hope you're able to understand. Guys, please respond. Hope you're able to understand. Yeah. So now we got to know what is a when to go for a filter method, when to go for a map method. Can someone summarize like in the chat, when should I go for a filter method? Whenever I want to execute some sort of a condition, like it should return a filter method is taking a predicate. So predicate is nothing but take some argument, return type is Boolean. That means whenever I want to do some filtration, like if this is done, then return true. If that is my purpose, I'll go to the filter method. Now, when should I go for a map method? Map method takes a function argument. Function as a interface, function interface argument. Now, function interface is something which takes one argument and returns something else, right? So in this requirement, return input argument is employee object, output I want employee name. So I can go for map. Okay. Now similarly, let me write a program, to get minimum salary of an employee. Which employee gets so write a program to print who is getting minimum salary. So in the interviewer they will be asking you the question, right? Write a program to get who is getting a minimum salary. If you are writing a program with a normal before Java 8, what do? You write a for loop and then collection dot sort the employees by the salary and then do, right? Now if you want to do with a stream, what you do? Same. First you need to create a stream object. Employee list dot stream dot now. So see, there is a method called min. So if you want to get something called minimum, what you can use? You can use a minimum method, or if you want to get a maximum, then maximum method. What it is, what the minimum method is taking, it is taking a comparator. Comparator is what? Comparator is a interface in Java, which has a compare method, right? Now we can write a compare method is a we can write a lambda exception for a compare method as well. Now compare method takes two arguments, right? Now let me take I1 comma I2. Okay. So what is this I1, I2? I1 is one employee object. See here. I1, I2 corresponds to whatever is there in the employee list. In the employee list, we have an employee. That means first employee, second employee. Now I1 dot get salary, get employee salary. Minus I2 dot get employee salary. Okay. This is a implementation for a comparator. And then this comparator will return you so it automatically calculates and it will return you optional. See look at this min method. The minimum output of a let me show you this. See here. What is the method name here is min. So what is the minimum method it is taking? It's taking a comparator argument. Comparator is nothing but an interface in Java. So since it is an interface, it has a compare to method, right? So that is also abstract method in the interface. Now whenever that is the only abstract method present in the comparator interface. Now since it is an interface and I have the only abstract method, I can write a Java Lambda expression. I have written. Now what is the output of this min method? Look at here. What is the return type of this min method? Optional. So what is the optional? In Java 8, there is a one more introduction called optional class. So in order to avoid the null pointer exception, optional has been introduced. We are not going to discuss about the optional because that is not the purpose of this workshop. So I just wanted to tell you what is the return type of this min method. The return type of a min method is a optional. What is an optional? Optional is a class in Java which is introduced in Java 1.8. What is the purpose of this optional? The purpose of optional is to get rid of the null pointer exception. Okay. Now this min method is returning a optional. Now in order to get the data from the optional interfaces, you need to use the get method. Now done. Now what it is returning? It will return a single employee object. Let's look at employee E equal to. Now let's print this out. E dot, let me write min salary emp name is plus E dot, what is the person name? Employee name. And let me print the salary also. And salary is E dot get employee salary. Okay. Now in this one, you can look at here. Okay, let's run the program and see the output. See, if you look at the output, look at here, minimum salary employee name is Karthik and salary is 10,000, right? Now here out of this example, look at here. Who is the person who is getting a minimum salary out of all these 4 employees? Yes, Karthik is only the person. Now, interviewer might ask you, who is the person who is getting write a program to calculate maximum employee salary? You can also use max. So let me write this, let me copy the same thing and then put it in the down. Interviewer will ask you, write a program to calculate a person who is getting maximum salary. You need to use a max method. Okay. Now, max method I1, I2, this implementation you can write in multiple ways, guys. So this is one way I have written. But if you have any other logic to write, see, what is this max method I1, I2, and whatever I have written? It is nothing but a Lambda expression for a comparator interface, right? This Lambda expression you can write in multiple ways. This is one of the way. So I see some of the persons have looked at different chat, different method. That is also fine. Okay. Now, so now here E is the same variable, so it is getting compilation error. Let me put E1. Now let me put E1 dot get employee name, E1 dot get employee salary. If I print it, who is the person who is getting more salary? Karan. Let's see whether it will print or not. So let me put here max salary, right? Look at here, max salary employee name is Karan and the salary is 50,000. So am I able to get it? So now at first writing a stream example and then code is little difficult. Once you understand how to write a Lambda, what these methods are taking, you can write all the codes in a single line of code, right? Are you able to get it? Yes. Now, so let me take another list of integer. Okay. I'm creating an array list. Now, in the interview, some of the people are asking, write a program or write a stream program to remove the duplicates, right? Write a stream program to remove the duplicates. Okay, let me take list dot add 10. Now, can I say that this list, instead of list, can I say that number list? Let me do. Now, can I say that this number list is holding the duplicates? Yes or no? Does this list is holding the duplicates? Yes. Now, the list is holding the duplicates. Now, I want to write a stream program to remove the duplicates, right? If I want to remove the duplicates, what I can do is number list. See, this is an object number list dot stream followed by, let's call, there is a method called distinct. So there is a method called distinct. Look at here, guys. Distinct. What it is returning? It is returning a integer, stream of integer. And what is this operation? It's an intermediate operation. Look at here. This is a stateful intermediate operation. That means, so intermediate operation is something which will not give you the output unless until you use some terminal operation. Now what I will do on top of this list, collect collectors dot to list. Collectors dot to list. So that means what I am doing, the input list is number list, which is holding the duplicates. In order to remove the duplicates from an array list in the stream, you can use a method called distinct method. Directly, if you execute till distinct, it will not give you the output because it's an intermediate operation. So what is the difference between an intermediate operation and terminal operation? Intermediate operation is something which will not give you the output unless until the terminal operation is executed. Okay. Now terminal operation is nothing but collect, for each, all of these are the terminal operations. Okay, now collector dot to list. That means out of this list, the duplicates will be removed and it will give you the new list. Let's see, new list of integer unique list. I'm putting the name as unique list equal to. Now let me print unique list. Now let me write unique list is. If I print this one, so out of this, the input array list is having how many duplicates? What is the size? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now after removing the duplicates, what is the size? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means 10 is a duplicate and 20 is a duplicate. Can I say that 10 and 20 should come only once? Let's see whether that is coming or not. Here. So unique list is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So can I say that I have removed the duplicate from the array list using stream program? Okay. Are you guys able to understand how to remove the duplicates from array list? This is most frequently asked question, how to write a program using stream on how to remove the duplicates from an array list. Okay. Now let's go for a different example. Write a program to sort the elements. Now let me add 100, 102, 201, 20, 300. Now is the array list is sorted now? In order to make it sort, what do? You can use the collection.sort method. Or if you would like to use that using the stream, then what I can do, employee list dot stream dot, there is a method called sorted. So there is a method called sorted. So sorted method is returning a stream of employees, right? That means or like instead of employees, let me take it as a number list. Okay, number list dot stream dot sorted. What this sorted method is returning? Stream. See, it is a stream of t. What is the t here? Number list is taking an integer, so it will return integer. It is also a intermediate operation. So let me directly print it. This time, what I am not collecting it. I wanted to print it. In order to print it, I can use for each method. See, for each method, which is taking a consumer. What I am doing, I am taking that x argument, some f followed by sys out f. I am printing that argument. Now, let's see whether the output sorted output is coming or not. Sys out output of sort using Java 8 stream. Okay, let's run the program. See, am I getting the output sorted? 10, 20, 100, 102, 201, 30, 300, 401, 503. Am I getting the sorted order? Yes. Now this is the ascending order, correct? Guys, hope you are able to follow me. Venkat, I'll come to that sorted of employees little later. Now, some might ask you, I want to sort the array in the reverse order. I don't want the ascending order, I want the reverse order. So what in the sorted is a method, which there are two type of sorted methods are there. See, look at here. Sorted method which does not take an argument, sorted method which takes a comparator. Now let's write a comparator here. So comparator means I will write, you can write whatever the min method, whatever the comparison logic you have written, that you can write, or there is another equal way, collections dot reverse order. Collections dot reverse order. If you mention collection dot reverse order, it will print you. Let me keep the same thing and then write one more. Output of sort using Java 8 stream descending. Don't worry about the spellings. So collection dot reverse order. Collections dot reverse order. If I put collection dot reverse order, let's run the program and see how the output. You can write a comparator, or you can write this in this collection dot reverse order. It is nothing but a comparator implementation only. So look at here. Sorry guys, I lost the screen share. Let me share it again. I hope you are able to see now. So now look at here. Output of the sort using Java 8 stream descending is C 503, 401, 300, 200. So this is a descending order. Now, so this is well and good for a primitive types. That means the list is taking an integer. Now, how can I do the sorting, or how can I do sorting for employees, right? So now what you can do in this employee object, on what basis you want to do the sorting? Do you want to do the sorting based on a employee ID or based on a salary? Based on that field, you can pass it here. Okay, let me write that. Now I want to write the salary or display the employees whose name, whose salary, uh, this ascending of salary. Okay, then what I will do, employee list dot stream. Now it is the input type is employee, and then output I want to get a salary, right? I will use a map method. In the map method, what I will do, I will take D and then followed by D dot get salary. D dot get salary. I got the employee salary. Now what I will do, I will use sorted, and then I will use collect or else for each. For each which is taking a consumer, let me write a consumer. P followed by P sys out P dot get employee name. Let me take D only, or else, or anything you can take. Somewhere I might have used the same variable, so that's the reason I'm not getting. or else what I can do directly will collect it. Collectors dot to list. Okay, let me put directly sys out. Entire thing in the sys out. I don't want to use another variable and all. Directly I wanted to put sys out. Let me write here EMP salary order. Plus. Okay. Now let me run the program and see the output. See, employee salary order. See, look at here. Am I getting the salary of employees in the ascending order? The one who asked the question? Yes. So now if I want to descending order, then what I will do? Collection dot reverse order. Same thing. Okay. Now there are some methods called find first, find last. Those are nothing but just the it will print you the occurrence. You can get it that easily. You can understand. I'm just trying to tell you the difficult things. Okay. So now there is one more frequently asked question. What is the difference between a map and the flat map? So that is the last question for the today's session. Okay. Now let's look at what we are doing. See, whenever you are using a map, where is that example that where you have used the map? Yeah, look at here. Whenever I'm using the map, to this map method, map method is taking function interface, which is nothing but I'll pass one object and then I'll get another object only. That means am I getting a one-to-one mapping only whenever I'm using map? I'm so using the map method, you can do the one-to-one mapping. But if your requirement is like this, for example, let me take the list of string L equal to new array list. Okay. Now what I will do, name list dot add Karthik Karthik 1, Karthik 2. Okay. This is one list. Similarly, I have another list called name list 2. Name list 2. Okay. Now in the name list 2, I have different names. Let me put Ashok, Ashok 1, Ashok 2. Now this is a name list 2. Now I have what is the input here? I have a list, one list called name list, another list called name list 2. Now let me create a third list, which is nothing but a list of list. Here again, I am taking a list of string. Final list equal to new array list. Okay, done. Now here, when see what is the so in this final list, I am storing name list 1 dot add. Whoever asked the question, look at guys carefully. Look at the example that I am trying to tell you. The difference between a map and a flat map is used for a one-to-one conversion. Flat map is used for one-to-many. Look at here. So here, what you can do is look at here final list. So here name list is one array list. Name list 2 is another list. These two array list, I want to add another two array list. That's the reason this third array list type is list of string. Okay. Now I want to perform on, I want to club all these names together. What I will do is final list dot stream dot, if I use flat map, let me look at here flat map. See here, whenever the flat map is what does the flat map method is taking, it will also take a function interface. Look at here, function interface. Now here, but the whenever you are writing stream, what this stream will return? It will return a list, right? Look at here. Whenever I call the stream method, see here this list of string. So then what I will do here, I will take this one. If I take A, C, I'll do C dot stream, and then followed by collectors dot to list. Collectors dot to list. So here, what is the use of flat map is nothing but, see here, I in the first list have 3 names. In the second list, I have 3 names. I want to uh, put all the 6 names into the one list. If I'm using a map method, I cannot do it because map method will give you one-to-one mapping. I need to go for a another method, which is I need to go for another map, which is different, like one-to-many mapping. Yeah, thanks for the one who, this is a copy paste mistake, so don't worry about that. So I have corrected it. Now let's run this program and see. Let me try to print it. This out. Output of flat map is. So whenever someone is asking you what is the difference between a map and flat map, you need to write this example and then tell. If you tell in the words, what is the difference between you and others, right? Once you understand the program, if you write the program and explain the answer, then that would make sense, right? So flat map will do one-to-many mapping. Map will do one-to-one mapping. Now let's look at, where is that? Yeah, output of flat map is, look at here. Ashok, Ashok 1, Ashok 2, Karthik, Karthik 1, Karthik 2. That means, am I able to club it? Yeah, collectors dot to list is the meaning of that is nothing but the output. So whatever the output that you are using here, whenever I say, so this flat map is performing the operation. After performing the operation, whatever the output that you are getting, that output you want to create a list. Generally, if you want to create a list, what we do? List L equal to new array list, and then list dot add you will do, correct? But whenever you do collector dot to list, whatever the output is provided by this intermediate operation, this flat map is an intermediate operation. So this flat map will give you the output. For example, first time, whenever it is taking a C is nothing but a name list. Whenever it is taking a name list, it is returning C name list dot stream. It will give you the contents of the name list. That is nothing but Ashok, Ashok 1, Ashok 2. Those 3 variables will be added to the list object here. That means internally it will have the implementation saying that list L equal to new array list, L dot add, L dot add, L dot add. Again, next time. So because this contains is 2. So the second one is name list 2 will come. In the name list 2, I have Karthik, Karthik 1, Karthik. So C dot stream will give you all those 3 objects. That 3 objects also will be added to the list. Collected dot to list, the meaning of this is nothing but creating a list object and adding the data to the list object. Similarly, you can get it map object, set object, anything. Okay, so that's all about for this workshop, guys. Like due to the time permit or not having the availability, I was not able to discuss all, but these are the most frequently asked question in the interview. So that's the reason, instead of explaining the simple list of integers, I have taken an explanation of user defined object in the list, and I am able to demonstrate that. Okay, and if you guys are interested, let me share you the poster again. Yeah, so if you guys are interested for the data structures and algorithms using Java, so from tomorrow morning 9:30 a.m. this course is going to start. You can take a screenshot of this if you are interested, and you can join the Zoom sessions. And I'm going to, in this course, we are going to look at from, you need to have the core Java knowledge. The basic core Java knowledge, if you have, that's enough. And I'm going to teach first, what is a collection internals, how to write a custom collections, etc. Post that, we are going to look at a linked list, how to write a linked list, addition operation, deletion operation, adding a node in the middle of the linked list, adding the node at the end of the linked list, adding the node at the head of the linked list. All this code, whatever I have written the practical program in front of you, the same way we are going to discuss. And post that stack, queue, sorting technique, searching technique, shortest path algorithm, dynamic programming, trees, graph. All this we are going to discuss in this data structure algorithm course. I am going to do around 200 program questions we are going to solve. And apart from that, I am going to teach you some of the interview questions. And we are going to have the hacker rank problem solving for 4 to 5 sessions. 4 to 5 classes, we are going to solve the problems on hacker rank on, because some of the interviews they are asking, you might not be available, right? So we are going to do that. So tomorrow, if you join it, what is the class timing, how many days demos are there, what is the fee structure, that you are going to get the details about it. If you are interested, I request you guys to please join the course and get the details out of it. I can 100% promise you that it will be the live coding session. I don't concentrate much on the theory. The concept will be explained only for some time, and then that concept you will be able to visualize through the coding. Does anyone has any questions on this? The course duration is 60 days. The fee for DSA is around the 7,000 for the live classes. And if you would like to avail for the recording, then it will be around 10,000. The recording access will be provided for 6 months. Don't worry about that. You will get the complete details in tomorrow's class, what we are going to discuss, what is the approach, etc. Lead code will not, we are going to cover the hacker rank programs. And yes, we are going to cover the time complexity as well. If you are interested, please take a snap of this one and then you can join it. I'm going to share this in the WhatsApp group that you have joined. In case if someone is not able to join the WhatsApp group, don't worry about this. You can ping your email IDs or mobile numbers in the chat to only to the panel who are not able to join the WhatsApp group. Okay, and you can take a Zoom link, this one, and tomorrow morning 9:30, you can join for this session. Yeah, notes and the recorded session will be shared soon after some time. Yeah. Does anyone has any questions, guys, on the data structure course which is going to start? Do you guys need any details? Yeah, I'm going to start advanced Java, core Java at the end of the month, at the end of August. We'll let you know soon. We'll let you know soon about the core and advanced Java batches. Any questions on the data structures? Yeah, if you are interested, I request you all to please join tomorrow's data structures batch. You will get to know the course content, duration, timing, everything. And then we are also going to start with the collection framework internals. It would be a live interacting session. It would be good. Yeah, during the data structures, the concurrent hash map, concurrency, cop, all of those questions will be covered in the data structures course under the concept of collections. If no questions are there, that's all for today, guys. Thank you all. Thanks for joining the session. I hope you learned something new, and then it is I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. I see you tomorrow in the data structures algorithm class. Thank you.